My ex-best friend turned the internet against me, and I'm starting to hate the person this made me become. A few nights ago I caught myself sitting in the dark at 2 a.m. scrolling through my ex-best friend's TikTok comments from burner accounts, fantasizing about ruining her life the same way she ruined mine. And I think that was the moment I realized something is seriously wrong with me now. Because I was never this kind of person before. I'm not manipulative. I'm not vindictive. I avoid confrontation so badly that I literally apologize to people when they bump into me in grocery stores. But somehow over the last 2 months I've turned into someone who constantly thinks about revenge. Not because my ex-best friend stole money from me, or cheated with my boyfriend or physically hurt me, but because she turned thousands of strangers against me while pretending to stay innocent herself. And honestly, I still don't fully understand how things escalated this badly. For context, I'm 27F. My ex-best friend Lena is 26F, and we were friends for almost 8 years. Not casual friends either. We were the kind of friends who knew each other's passwords, the kind who stayed on FaceTime for hours while doing nothing. She slept on my couch after breakups. I helped her move apartments twice. We spent holidays together when one of us couldn't go home. Back then Lena was genuinely different. Or maybe I just thought she was. She used to be insecure in a very normal way. Constantly worried people secretly disliked her. Constantly asking if outfits looked okay before posting pictures. I was usually the one reassuring her. Ironically, social media is what slowly changed everything. Around a year ago one of her TikToks randomly blew up. Then another. Then another. Suddenly she had followers. Brand deals. PR packages. People recognizing her in public occasionally. At first I was genuinely excited for her. I hyped up every post. Commented on every video. Helped her film content. Took pictures for sponsorships. I even defended her when people said influencer culture changes people. I used to tell everyone, Lena would never become one of those influencers. Now I cringe remembering that. The stupidest part is that this entire situation started over a man I barely even cared about anymore. Years ago, before Lena and I were even super close, I dated a guy named Ryan for around 3 months. It wasn't toxic or dramatic. We just weren't compatible long term. No cheating. No betrayal. We ended things peacefully and barely spoke afterward. Which is why when Lena started dating him years later, I honestly didn't care romantically. What hurt was how I found out. One night I was laying in bed scrolling Instagram and suddenly saw Lena hard launching their relationship online. Couple selfies. Inside jokes. Videos of them cooking together. And my stomach immediately dropped. Not because I wanted him back, but because my supposed best friend had apparently been secretly dating my ex long enough to become publicly officially official, without ever mentioning it to me once. I remember staring at my phone wondering if I'd somehow missed conversations. But no. She deliberately hid it. The next morning I messaged her privately trying so hard to be mature about it. I literally said, I'm not upset you guys are dating. I just wish you told me personally instead of me finding out online. That was it. No screaming. No insults. No drama. Her response changed the way I saw her permanently. She replied hours later with this weirdly cold influencer attitude I'd never seen from her before. She said now that her online presence was growing, she didn't have time to personally update everyone about minor life details, and if I wanted to know what was happening in her life I could watch her stories like everybody else. I still remember rereading the message over and over because it sounded so arrogant. Like suddenly she viewed herself as above normal human interactions. And honestly, that response hurt more than the actual relationship reveal. Because it felt like she stopped seeing me as a friend and started seeing me as just another follower. I wish I could say I handled things maturely after that. I didn't. I posted a vague Instagram story saying, some women really don't understand girl code. I didn't name her. Didn't tag her. Didn't mention Ryan. But obviously people figured it out almost immediately. The story disappeared after 24 hours. I thought that would be the end of the drama. Instead it completely detonated my life. Within days Lena blocked me everywhere. Then suddenly strangers started contacting me non-stop. At first it was just annoying. Random girls DMing me calling me jealous and bitter. People accusing me of trying to ruin Lena's happiness. Fake concern messages asking if I was mentally okay. But then things got darker. Way darker. My phone started exploding with anonymous texts. People spammed my Instagram comments calling me pathetic. Someone found old pictures of me and mocked my appearance. Another person somehow found my work email and started sending humiliating messages there too. I stopped sleeping properly because every time my phone buzzed I'd panic. Then the death threats started. At first I genuinely tried convincing myself people were just being dramatic internet idiots. Until one message said, "We know where you live." An hour later someone commented my full address under one of my Instagram photos. Apartment number included. I cannot fully explain the kind of fear that creates in your body. I felt nauseous instantly. I deleted almost everything online that same night. Changed my phone number. Stopped going out alone after dark for a while. And meanwhile, Lena kept posting aesthetic day in my life content like nothing was happening. Coffee runs, makeup routines, cute videos with Ryan. Meanwhile I was having panic attacks every time an unknown number called me. The worst part is I still don't know exactly what she told people about me because I was blocked everywhere. But I know she fed the situation somehow. Because Lena understands internet culture better than anyone I know. She knows exactly what happens when influencers subtly direct followers towards someone. She's done it before to smaller creators she disliked. Never directly enough to blame her. Always indirectly enough to stay innocent. That realization broke something in me emotionally. Because suddenly I started wanting revenge. Real revenge. Not just venting to friends. I wanted her humiliated, exposed, scared. And honestly that terrified me because it felt completely unlike who I normally am. One night I actually tried getting revenge. I contacted her older sister. I thought maybe if her family understood what was happening, someone would finally force Lena to stew. So I explained everything. The harassment. The threats. The leaked address. The panic attacks. Her sister responded with, "Honestly Lena showed us your posts too. You seem obsessed with her. Maybe logging off the internet would help." I genuinely cried after reading that Sage. Not even because it was cruel. Because it made me realize Lena had probably already built a narrative about me being some jealous unstable ex-friend before I even defended myself. A few days later things got even more humiliating. Apparently Lena told her family I was trying to destroy her career because I couldn't handle her success. So now even people who never met me think I'm some obsessive bitter sicko. And the really pathetic part? Part of me still misses her. I hate admitting that. But sometimes I see old photos of us together before all this happened and I genuinely feel sick wondering how someone who once loved me could become this cold. Then immediately afterward I'll remember the death threats and feel rage all over again. I feel like I'm stuck emotionally swinging between grief and hatred every single day. And I'm honestly scared of the person this situation is turning me into. Because lately I catch myself fantasizing about creating anonymous accounts to expose her, messaging brands she works with, leaking private screenshots, trying to destroy the influencer image she built so awfully. But deep down I know something awful. I don't actually know how to be cruel. Even my attempts at revenge fail because I still hesitate halfway through. Meanwhile she seems completely comfortable destroying people indirectly while keeping her own hands clean. And maybe that's the part that hurts most. Not just that she turned people against me, but that she did it so easily while continuing to smile into a camera pretending to be a good person. At this point I honestly don't even know what I want anymore. An apology. Justice. Revenge. Peace. I just know I'm exhausted. And I want my life, and my personality, back before this whole thing turned me into someone I barely recognize. If you made it this far, I really want to hear how do you think? Who's actually at fault here? And what would you have done? North my place. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more juicy stories. Fire.